Hello, everybody, and welcome to round two.
Good spacing here.
Hello, everybody.
Now, Ryan, we are standing on the hallowed ground, the House of Drift.
My name's Jarod DeAnda, and I'm joined by Mr. Ryan Sage.
Well, here we are. There you go. Shamalama ding dong. Woo-hoo.
We are here at Wall Stadium, New Jersey. New Jersey, what do you say?
Here's the true test. Chris, let's see what you got.
NOS, high performance energy. Drink NOS, fuel victory.
That was a blast.
Remember, the winner of this battle is guaranteed to be in the finals.
Round of applause for all the drivers. 2010, one for the books, our 7th year of the Formula Drift Championship.
Jarod DeAnda, he's a character. He's funny.
He's awesome. Very festive.
Send it!
Hey, guys, do you mind keeping it down a little bit? Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Jarod, yeah.
The last 16 seasons have been him setting the mood and setting the tone for all of us in the paddock, on air, live, in attendance. He is definitely a part of the series.
So Jarod DeAnda, yeah, Jarod has been the MC, the voice of Formula Drift for every single run for the past 16 years. He's probably the only person in the series that has seen every single run, qualifying and head-to-head. Maybe me, but I think him. Let's just say Jarod is the one that's seen all the runs. And it's been great watching him grow and mature, not only as an MC and as a host, but really as an icon of the sport. When you think about what drifting is and the auditory sensations of it from the vehicles, it's always intermatched with Jarod's voice. And so in that sense, he's really become part of the FD brand in a really unique kind of way. And you know, not only is he an employee of FD, he's also a personal friend of all of ours on our staff. And it's been really tremendous to see him grow and do a lot of great things in his career.
I changed the sport and contributed to the sport just by being there from day one. But I'm the only person to see every Formula Drift run, every one. I'm the only person. Because you could say Sage, but no, there were early years where I remember a couple times you had to go to the bathroom. So I had to carry it. But I'm the only dude who's seen every single run live and in person. I'm Jarod DeAnda, known as the voice of Drift. I've been here since day one. That means I've been announcing this for 15 plus years. You know what? Call me an FD icon. It's definitely flattering, but truth be told, it's funny I say that. Ryan always makes fun of you for saying that, but I think I kind of deserve it. I think it's cool. You know, the driver. It's always about the drivers, but action speaks louder than words. I just put an exclamation point on it. I've said that. I'll keep saying that. No pun intended. But being part of the fabric of Formula Drift and something that in 2004 people called it a fad, we're still here banging away. Icons in my mind of the sport, I would have to say Ryan Sage and Jim Lau, of course, the founders, the co-founders of the sport. I would say former champions are pretty dynamic, but then there's people like Sean Carlson, you know, rest in peace. He had, you know, he headed up the Dodge program when Sam Hubinette was there. Stefan Papadakis, there's many different technicians behind the scenes that spearheaded some things. People even like Nick Fosekis at Falcon, you know, really campaigning and championing a new motorsport, something unique. It's really hard because even me being called an icon of the sport, it's humbling, but there's so many different people behind the scenes that have helped contribute monetarily, passion-wise, investment time, you know, even like you guys and behind the scenes, behind the cameras. I mean, there's so many different facets to this family. My beginning moments with Formula Drift, prior to drifting, I was into tuner cars. I'm not a racer. I never claimed to be a racer. I did go street racing as a kid, but I worked at a shop, worked at a magazine, worked at a toy company, did all these different diverse things. So fast forward to 2003, we see drift show off at Irwindale. You see drifting really growing. There's a good groundswell because drag racing has kind of imploded because there was only so many racers. All the sanctioning bodies were fighting over each other, and that's where Jim Lau came from, import drag racing. And I saw this kind of groundswell of this motorsport. And for whatever reason, Ryan and Jim tell me they're starting this drifting sanctioning body, and I said, yeah, I'd love to do it. You know, it'd be fun. Let's give it a shot. So 4 rounds in 2004. Didn't get paid anything. I did it for the passion of it and just finding this role. And I would analogously say that my announcing is similar to that of the progression of the cars. My announcing wasn't perfect, wasn't the best, but it was on time. And now as the sport grows, my evolution as an announcer growing. I work with many different corporate companies. I work with doing different events, doing voiceover, and I can contribute that, and I thank them all the time. I thank Ryan and Jim for giving me this opportunity to now spearhead a career that I've seen and traveled all over the world. I mean, all the tattoos are, you know, I eat local, drink local, get tattooed local. So as you can see, I've been a lot of places. I've seen these guys and gals grow up, and also behind the scenes, you know, if it is Ryan Sage, Jim Lau, Cassidy, Andy, Brian, I mean, all these people are part of my life and they know. People ask me, you know, why do you keep coming back? Well, I think it's a no-brainer. This is awesome. This is great. I love the fans, I love the drivers, everybody's family, and it really embodies everything that I like. Cars, people, fashion, food, travel, all of these amazing things. That's why I keep coming back. I mean, who wouldn't want to talk smack on a microphone to, you know, hundreds of thousands of people on the internet or 10,000 people in the stands? It's contagious and it's infectious. You know, it's addictive. It is what it is, man. It's Formula Drift. There's only one in the world. The growth of drifting overall generically is going international, and I think technology and shows like this and live streaming and content, we can talk to people all the way across the globe. I think it's just more exposure, standardizing. The cars don't need to get any more insane. That's fine. Guys, stop. Seriously, stop building insano cars. But I think it's just, I think it's good. But I like the relationships of people engaging with it and how many different ways you can engage with Formula Drift. If it's a show like this, or if it's, you know, Insider, or, I mean, there's so many different ways. There's so many different drivers, so many different brands, and that's why I say, if you're an engineer, you could look at a car and be like, wow, that's insane. Or if you just like personality, or somebody who's good looking, wow, that's a good looking dude or chick or whatever, you know, like, there's so many different facets to the sport. I think it's just growing. Haven't announced Formula Drift for 15 plus years. Some standout moments for me. Top of my mind is like Jonathan Castro, when he had that amazing run in Orlando. I got chills. Ryan actually, I think, cried a little bit, and that for me is just an individual shining at the moment and adding my commentary to that. It's just one of those historic things. You get chills, you know, if it's, you know, it's, you know, they win the pennant. It's just those moments, right? And it's, you know, it's like the Miracle on Ice. There's certain moments that I fortunately get to add some flair to it, but it's awesome. Just all of that, how it's all just, now it's part of history. It's just fun, man. And it's such a kind motorsport because I can share all the knowledge as a driver, as a team, with the other drivers, car for car. That variable is the driver. So there's camaraderie among the pits. I mean, there's a few grudges, of course, but I think overall, you know, look, I have 2 kids. Drivers are popping out, kids. We're getting older, but there's a new generation of it. So it's cool to see the younger guys coming in and have respect and just a mutual agreement of we're in this together, because this is a niche motorsport that has a lot of attention, and we have the ability to change things and do things differently in the motorsports and the action sports motorsports world. I love the Formula Drift family, and I'm absolutely humbled to be considered an icon of the sport.
Crazily. Whoop.
FaceTiming with Dagger.
The stage is set and the forecast is sunny and awesome, with a partly chance of corny. Ready? One, two more.
Oh gosh, like it's like further than that table.
Like 40 feet away.
Yeah, homegirl caught with.
She left too.
Yeah, she's like, bye.